Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, no need to fear. Friendly neighborhood light skin is here, man. And in today's video, we are reacting to I told him my body count, then he broke up with me? Woman says sleeping with more than 10 isn't bad. Now, some people would be like 10 is kind of crazy. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's some context in this that I'm missing per se. For her to maybe like more backstory that she can give to kind of clarify this. I'm gonna be honest though, for me, I'll bet 10 doesn't sound that crazy. 10 is not that crazy of a number to me. But you know what I'm saying, let's go and get into the video and see what this young lady has to say.
I told my boyfriend what my body count was, and no, we're not together. I understand some people don't like their partner's body count sometimes and that it can be a deal breaker, but my boyfriend and I have been together for 6 months, and he finally for the first time asked me what my body count was. I told him I'm not going to be super specific, but let's just say it's more than 10 but less than 20, and he got...
Which, here's my stance on body count, whatever, right? I'm personally not gonna grill a woman. I'm not gonna too much get on a woman's case about her bodies if I have more bodies than her. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a pretty reasonable argument. Some people are under the belief of, oh my god, if you've let more than 2 people hit, you're a whore. You're a slut. I don't too much feel that way. And honestly, if we're asking me specifically, I don't even really care about body count for real. It's really not even about the number. It's more so about the people that you slept with is what I'm more so concerned with. You know what I'm saying? Quick little story time for y'all boys, right? I was driving home from somewhere or whatever, right? No, I had dealt with this young lady around this time last year, around December or whatever, right? We did whatever we did, right? And then we stopped talking to each other, right? 6 months later, I'm in the car, I'm driving home, I get tired, right? So I'm okay, but I'm gonna pull over, go to sleep, take a nap real quick or whatever. Cool. I wake up, check my phone, I'm getting a phone call. Again, I'm still drowsy, so I'm like, well, what's going on? So I go and slide my phone, open it, and it's a dude on the phone, right? But I don't recognize this dude's voice. I'm like, yo, hello? Like, what's going on? He said, hey, you know such and such? I'm like, again, I'm still waking up. I'm still pretty drowsy. So it's like, yeah, you do know such and such. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from my girl, or you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna mark you. And again, I'm still waking up trying to figure out what's going on. Because I'm like, bro, at this time, I hadn't hooked up with this person again in 6 months. Or whatever. So I'm like, damn, like, who is he talking about? And then it clicks in my head. Oh, he's talking about that particular girl or whatever, right? So I'm like, I know who you're talking about now. He's like, yeah, I know you know who I'm talking about. You know, say stay away from her, or I'm gonna put my Glock in your, you know what I'm saying? And that shit just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then I ended up going out and I ended up running into that girl again, and she tried to be all friendly with me, and immediately I was like, ugh, get away from me, back off. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about here? Like, you know what I'm saying? You had a dude call me in the middle of my sleep, threatening to kill me just because I dealt with you. Like, that shows you have pretty poor taste in men. If you have a man calling me, trying to kill me over you, you know what I'm saying? Personally, how I feel about it, right? And it's gonna sound crazy. I would rather my woman be clapped by 50 doctor, lawyers, good law-abiding citizens than be clapped by 10 gangster wannabes. Because it's not about the number, it's about the stress and you brought into my life. You know what I'm saying? If those 50, yes, you on paper she's been with 50 dudes or whatever, right? However, those dudes, they all use protection. They were all safe. They were all responsible. They all just kind of hooked up with her, kept it pushing, moved on with their lives, just like she moved on with her lives or whatever. But I don't have to, I'm never gonna run into the same places with these people. I don't have to worry about these people trying to come kill me or cause me harm just for dealing with her, you know? Yeah, I mean, if I hear 50, like, I'm gonna be real, 50 is kind of like, ugh, you know, kind of in my stomach. But 50 is not like, but I would rather that than, again, you have 10, on paper, you have 10 bodies or whatever, but those 10 people all want to come cause me harm, do damage to me, all for dealing with you. Not like I just watched a video on my Mac Night After Dark channel about a dude who literally got murked just because he was talking to a girl of a thug or whatever. And it's like, damn, I got, you know what I'm saying? It's that serious? You know, and again, like some people argue, oh, she's clean, this and that, or argue these type of things. But again, if you were responsible, if these are people I don't have to worry about as threats, etc., like, yeah, I'm not gonna be the most happy to hear. Which at that point, I said I would rather not even know your body count at all. But again, it's like I would if I'm gonna know, or if you're gonna do this, do it with people who are responsible, take care of themselves, people that aren't crash outs. That's all I ask, But you might disagree with me.
Very upset at me. He started saying things like, "You're a woman, you should hold yourself to higher standards." He said women that are promiscuous should be treated as thoughts, and I obviously got offended.
Okay, so men should do the same thing. Now, I never subscribed to the whole belief of, oh, I can do it because I'm a man and you can't because I'm a woman in terms of body counts. Because like, I understand that technically, yes, women can like go get clapped easier than it is for men. Like a woman can just walk. Well, a woman can. Oh, if a woman walks up to 10 men and says, "Yo, you trying to clap," versus a man walks up to 10 women and says, "Yo, you trying to bang," that woman more than likely, yes, will probably get hit by more dudes than the man would, or by hit more. The woman will probably get hit more times by men than the man would hit more women, etc. Right? And so, damn, I lost my whole train of thought. The point I was making. Oh wait. Let me listen to what she said again.
By that, because he was clearly referring to me.
Oh yeah, he calling her a thought. Yeah, so it's like, okay, cool. If your body, but if your body count is the same, if not worse than hers, and she's a hoe, what does that make you? You know, say we gotta like have some sort of I don't know the word, but we can't like just grill her for getting clapped if you was also out here as a man doing the clapping. I don't know, that always seemed kind of I'm falling fell.
Anyways, we made up, but for the past week, he's just been showing so many signs that he doesn't trust me and that he's clearly not over the conversation. Like now, he always wants to see my location, which he didn't used to before.
I think a lot of people. I'm pausing a lot. My bad for pausing so much in the beginning, but I feel like a lot of people. It's not even really the number. It's just more so again like y'all are projecting these traits onto this person based off of their body count. Which again, somebody could have 10 body counts to be the best woman in the world, and one person could have one body count will be the devil reincarnated. But just because she only has one body, oh, she's so pure, she's this and that. Yeah, no, give me the 10 with that's a good person over the girl that's the devil reincarnated but only has one body.
Talk to him about it, being like, you can talk to me, like, what's going on? And he's just still so resentful about my body count. He says that he can't stop thinking about it, like he can't stop thinking about me with other guys.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Now that's the only thing I can agree with you is it's just like it is kind of an unsettling thought to be like, damn, 10, 20 dudes have been inside of you. But again, it's like you're thinking of it too much. Now, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? If I was to be in a building or a club, whatever, and a dude was to walk up to me and be like, "Yo, such and such is your girl, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he proceeds to grab his phone and he pulls up a video of my girl getting hit. It's gonna be kind of hard to fall asleep at night. But if I didn't see it, I can kind of like almost forget that it happened in a sense.
And says that he can't believe that many guys used me. He was getting pretty heated with the conversation, and it came to a point where he literally called me a slut to my face. I didn't say anything. He just saw my face and he quickly backtracked, saying, "No, you're not a slut now. You were in your past, and I'm willing to get over it because I love you." Yeah, no, you're not gonna call me.
But yeah, honestly, bro, 10 and 20, that's not even that bad, bro. Like, I feel like bad is when you hit the 50, 100. Yeah, 50 and 100. I feel like anything under anything under 30, I would say it's not that crazy. Anything under 30. After we get over 30, that's when I'm gonna have to But yeah, 10 because bro, this isn't the hundreds anymore, bro. We're in the 2010, 2020s, bro. Like, women are gonna get hit, bro. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Slut and be in a relationship with me. That's not gonna happen. Firstly, I don't even think my body count is that high. Secondly, I would never ever cheat on him or anybody else. So I just feel like he's being super unfair and he's showing a side that I didn't know.
So wait. You got offended because he addressed the behavior that you were having, and it's so funny to me because people don't think that body count is important, but it absolutely is important.
It's like, I feel like if we really break down these points, that you would agree with me. Again, if she's been with, again, to be extreme, if she's been with 50 guys, but she's clean from all of them, versus this girl that's been with 3 people, but one of them gave her HIV. Is that not worse? Like, she has an uncurable disease now, but on paper she only has 3 bodies. No, give me the one that has 50 but is clean. So like, and you know, see, you don't know what could happen. It could happen, bro. It's not like I've been with a lot of women, and some people will be like fairly quickly. Like, I don't really have to go on dates with women. Like, I kind of like, it happens very first night for me. Like, it doesn't usually take long for me to get to the yams. Sweet yams, show me the way. Understand, yeah. But yeah, no, like, I've never, if I couldn't get intimate with a woman the first night, I never got intimate with them personally, you know. But it's like, a lot of times, bro, it's not like, a lot of people, it's not like we go into these things with the expectation of, oh, I'm only gonna hook up with this person one time, and that's it. Sometimes it just happens like that, you know. You hook up with each other, and then you realize, oh wait, I don't like hooking up with this person. Then you have bad hygiene happens, or XYZ things could fall through, you know. Like, anything can happen, bro. So it's like, it's not really that. It's not really that. Again, 10, I don't think is that crazy of a number. I feel like if you think 10 is crazy, bro, you've probably only been with 2, 3 people, bro. And at that point, that's not a her issue. That's a you issue.
Several different reasons, which I'll get to later. But my whole point is, I think that this is a conversation that both of y'all should have exposed and had prior to even getting into a sexual relationship in which y'all would then call each other boyfriend or girlfriend. And I'm assuming that y'all wanted it to lead to marriage, because being transparent is a safety issue. It's also, you know, a defining moment for what the behavior is possibly going to look like in the future. And it honestly tells a story of whether or not you truly care about preserving yourself for the person that you're truly going to be with. And I know that we've been through this whole body positivity movement and, you know, my body, my choice, whatever, you can do whatever it is that you want to do when you want to do it. However, you know, the most precious thing from a man's perspective in most instances is a woman's womb, or her ability to give herself over to the person that she truly loves. And if a whole bunch of other
And
people,
again, that's the thing. Y'all say this shit, but never count in the fact of a woman. You act like dudes aren't out here manipulating and playing women and doing all this fuck shit. We just act like when y'all give this discussion, y'all just act like this just doesn't happen. Like, women don't get manipulated out of their box all the time, bro. And so she genuinely could have been, right? She genuinely could have been thinking, okay, cool, I'm gonna love this man, I'm giving this body, I want to do XYZ with him or whatever, right? And the whole time, dude was you know what I'm saying? Either he was not a real nigga, or he just screwed her over. So it's like, dang, she got burnt by this person, that person, thinking that she was gonna love them, etc., and got burnt. Well, actually, let me re-listen to his point. What did he say again? Make sure I'm saying it right.
want to do when you want to do it. However, you know, the most precious thing from a man's perspective in most instances is a woman's womb, or her ability to give herself over to the person that she truly loves.
Okay, and she could have did that, and that dude could have played her, cheated on her, etc., bro. Y'all don't ever bring that up in the argument, bro. It's always just, oh, this is all on the woman's fault, bro. But y'all don't ever want to, you know, look at the men and be like, okay, cool, this man just dogged her out. He was a bad person, so she manipulated the situation to make her feel like he truly loved her, just to get some cheeks and then move on. And then now she's like, damn, I really like this guy. He just played me like that. Like, that's so crazy. Y'all don't ever bring that up in arguments, bro.
And if a whole bunch of other people got for free, or little to nothing, or it wasn't any effort, or you went through a whole bunch of people prior to getting to him, and he's cherishing you and exalting you as though you've been with anybody, that is going to be a problem for most men. Now, you can sit here and
Yeah,
say,
yeah. Anybody, if you let anybody just hit, if you let Dirty D Rodney from down the corner hit, yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of an issue with that. But again, that's why I said the specific number is not really that important to me. What's more important is who these individuals were that you let hit. That's why I feel like we need to again change the direct from, oh, if you have only 3 bodies and she has 10, oh, that means she's automatically better. But again, bro, she could have hit 3 criminals, thugs, game makers, etc., and now you get with her thinking that, oh, she has 3 bodies, she's good, but thinking she's good and has 3 bodies, but now you got 3 people wanting to come cause you harm, murder you, do etc., whatever. Versus this other woman, yes, she might have hooked up with 10 people, but those 10 people aren't gonna harm you. None of those 10 people have any type of diseases. Were all good men that just were situations that just unfortunately didn't work out. So
that it shouldn't be, or you can give your opinion about whether or not men should care about your body count or not, but we do. It's important. And in most instances, you don't even have to know whether or not the body count is an exact number to know whether or not she's been in the streets. And just because you reform, I like to think about it from this lens, right? Let's say that a person was a former crackhead, or they used to do multiple different drugs, maybe crack, maybe heroin, maybe a little Fenty, right? From a honest perspective, as far as what they used to do and be on the streets doing on a regular basis inside of a house, inside of a crack house and stuff, do you think that it would be pertinent and important for them to disclose what their previous life was before you get into a relationship with them? Just a question.
yeah, yeah. If you were crackhead, but keyword getting into a relationship, this matters. Yes. Like, hey, by the way, I used to, just like how men, yeah, if I used to gang bang and do this and that, like, yeah, but I don't do it anymore though. I agree with this point.
He's been blowing up my phone saying that he's sorry and whatnot, but I don't know if I should forgive him.
Don't mind this, but we're twinning. Can any Reddit pillars please explain to me the logic behind, and I mean logic, I mean give me a logical, rational explanation that is not rooted in emotional, response or ego, because they're all, ego. Why is a girl having a body count of 10 one-night stands worse and used up, but a girl who's had a boyfriend for 3 years and presumably fucked him 600 times, not used up because she only has a body count of 1, right? In the first scenario.
Okay, this is me giving a logical answer, right? Okay, you hook up with 10 people, right? Realistically, with 10 people, 10 one-night stands, you're not asking 10 people to show an STD test. So you hooking up with 10 particular people, 10 one-night stands, bro. The odds of you contracting something are reasonably high, whether they have it on their mouth, whether they have it on their genitalia or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The odds of you contracting a disease from hooking up with 10 people for one-night stands, going into it with that tip, yeah, versus having a spouse or whatever, you more so were able to vet them out. You were more so able to diagnose their behaviors, diagnose their habits, see what type of person this is and how they're living life or whatever. So you're able to get a better gauge of, yeah, you might have hit this person 600 times, but hey, this person could be faithful, loyal, etc., to their man, versus 10 one-night stands. You don't necessarily know that. You don't really know these people that well. And again, that's from what the point I just gave, I feel like satisfies both people in this argument. Where people that's why body count matters, because we're more so worried about who you've been with, the diseases you might have contracted, etc., But like I said, me breaking this argument down critically, I feel like that the specific number doesn't matter. It was just more so how were these situations handled, rather than because even then, let me give you another scenario. Let's say you got a Hellcat, 20,000 miles on it. You got a Honda Civic, 100,000 miles, right? Of course, on paper, the Hellcat has less mileages, right? What if I told you that Hellcat was doing burnouts, was doing 40 rolls, the owner was beating on the transmission, the owner was doing all these crazy, like, this is a true story, by the way. I literally had a Scat Pack, I kid you not, with 20,000 miles on it, right? Scat Pack, 20,000 miles on it, right? Went to a dealership, bought the car. As I'm literally driving home, the fucking transmission breaks on me. Yeah, the transmission literally broke on me. 20K miles in, right? Versus I had a Savage Title Honda Accord, 2015 Honda Accord, right? And I drove that car 50,000 miles and I never had an issue with it. Right? Never had an issue with that car. So that's what I'm saying. It's not about the number. It's about the people, how things were handled, how you know what I'm saying? That's what it really. Yeah.
Only 10 penises have entered her vagina, but in the second one, a penis has entered her vagina 600 times. But
yeah, again, to reiterate my point, the issue with this is because those 10 people more than likely weren't vetted out, more than likely weren't, properly, see how they're living, see who they've hooked up with, etc., etc. You can't really figure that out in a one night stand. A one night stand. Now, if you meet somebody, y'all text for like a week, 2 weeks, y'all go on a date and y'all hook up that first night. I don't consider it. Some people will consider that a one night stand. I don't really consider that a one night stand because you've been able to gather more information on this person. Versus, yes, she might have been hit 600 times by one dude, but there's a lot more that's known about that one particular guy, and she knows a little bit better how he's living. So she knows, okay, cool. Like he is not really the type of guy that cheats, does any type of adultery, etc., etc. So I don't have to really worry about contracting diseases or whatever.
Will swear up and down that the first one is used up and the second one isn't, because all their argument is rooted in ego, because they can't stand the fact that 10 men had access to the girl that they want before they did.
Well, wait a minute. So she's basing quantity as a part of the equation, and then she's referring it back to red pillars, right? Which I don't understand this whole, well, won't red pillars tell you this? Because it's not about red pill, blue pill, pink pill, black pill, whatever pills you want to get into. It's really all about logical, a logical explanation as to why people feel the need to be promiscuous, to have multiple different people. First of all, first and foremost, it's a safety issue for people that have been with multiple different people, that have also been with multiple different people, coming back and sleeping with you. It's not always all about ego, although, being territorial over the person that you love, and then you spending time and resources and money and love and affection and getting to know a person and pouring your all into a person that has given her womb over to random men on a one-night stand is much different than a person having...
Right, you go into it with the one-night stand, but again, we can't just act like all these situations were not like a lot. Because I can speak from personal experience. There's a lot of girls that kind of ended up turning into, we hooked up one time and then we never hooked up again. But that was never the intent going into this. It just unfortunately wrote that way.
A regular sexual relationship with a person.
And before y'all ask, no, my body count is not no crazy high number. It's literally with the first girl, how she said her range was, well, actually, she said 10, 20. Yeah, my body count is within that range, bro.
Person, monogamously, especially if you're in a marriage. It's way different. It's a completely different experience from a person that loves you and gives their body to you or whatever, so on and so forth, versus a person that has been with a whole bunch of people, that probably slept with a whole bunch of people. It's not even comparable.
The second girl only has one. So again, please explain to me in a way that is rational and not rooted in your weird ego why one thing is used up and the other one that's happened way more times is totally cool.
This might be my wokest take, but I think that men invented body count to purposefully suppress women because they were...
How did men invent body count? How come body count is not just body count?
Yeah, that is kind of like a man and woman kind of thing. Like both parties have body count. Now I agree. Well, let me continue to hear what you're saying.
Think about what this. Men invented body count before we even get to whatever it is that she gonna say. Or maybe body count was just body count.
so jealous that women can basically sleep with whoever they want, and to them, being able to sleep with somebody is one of
Anybody can
the
sleep with
biggest
whoever.
advantages, privileges, and pleasures in life. And they didn't want women to be the ones who get to enjoy that privilege because they know how easy men are. So then they created this narrative under the guise of morality and self-respect so that women would not have the opportunity to live men's personal dreams.
It's not our personal dream to sleep with a whole lot of people. It's our personal dream to build a family, to be monogamous, to live under God's covenant, and to not get any diseases from dealing with people that who knows if they're truly disclosing what it is that they've been a part of. I don't really know whose personal dream it is to be out here in the streets. That's not a dream. That's a nightmare.
I could not care less about how many men a woman has been with before she met me. Nor would I judge her if she lived a lifestyle that's different than the one she lives today in her past. And I feel this way because I know that I would hate to be judged by those measures. Everyone is dealt a different hand of cards at the start of their life, and life is full of seasons. The person you were 5 years ago or 5 months ago could be vastly different than the person you are today, depending.
That's true. People change, people reform. Somebody could have messed up their credit score as a 20-year-old, and 30-year-old they have a great credit score. Somebody could have went to jail for robbery and could have came out changed men, reformed men. So yeah, this him doing frustrated with his glasses, acting like people cannot change. Like this bro right here, he looks kind of overweight, bro. Yeah, he look kind of fat. With this logic, he's acting like in a year or not, he can't get in good shape and change.
Depending on whether or not you've evolved and grown. That's what I care about. I don't care about what you've done. I care about, have you learned from it? Have you evolved as a
Yeah, exactly. Have you learned? Have you evolved for a bit? Were you safe? Were you protected? Do you have any diseases currently that are incurable? Because I'm gonna be honest, because there's certain things that you can't come back from. You tell me, yo, I got HSV. Yeah, no, that one I can't come back from. It's unfortunate, that you had to go through that. Just like how crimes, certain crimes have different sentences. You kill somebody, you're done for. No coming back for you. You're packed up. Go ahead, send them out of here. Go ahead and chop them up, whatever. Right? But yeah, no, cause somebody could have had a phase in their life that, yeah, they might have hooked up with people, etc., and then they change.
today, because I'm not dating the person that used to exist. I'm dating
Exactly. I'm not if somebody used to be fat or whatever. I'm not dating you when you were fat or obese. I'm dating the fit you. Again, you changed. You used to be this certain way. Now you're not.
the person.
I don't see a problem with that.
That's who I want to get to know.
This is so weak, and this is such a beta perspective, and this whole diversity, equity, and inclusion. Your past don't matter. Your past is literally.
It matters. It matters, but it doesn't. It matters. Your past does matter, but where you are at currently matters more, bro. It matters currently more. It definitely matters more where you are now. Because again, like you said, I'm not dating you 5 years ago. I'm dating you now. Now, again, if you haven't corrected certain behaviors or done XYZ, and you're still mentally the same person you were 5 years ago, oh, then that's the issue. But if you're a whole different person, a whole reformed person, there's people I've known that were lived crazy lives of adultery, whatever, crazy hooking up with women every other night, knowing it was a one night stand, not being protected, living this crazy life. And now years later, they're literally out on the streets at clubs, literally protesting God, the word of God to people. So people can most definitely change for the better, bro.
A reflection of what your future is possibly going to be, because behavior.
Exactly. Possibly. What is possibly not what is possibly going to be. Not what it is, but it could be, What it could be. Not what it is. So, yeah.
Something that's learned is not something that you get over. You understand what I'm saying? Even if somebody was an alcoholic, they're still an alcoholic, and it's one of the ways in which they suppress the thing that they've learned to become addicted to. And that's why when they go into an AA meeting, they say, "Hi, my name is such and such, and I'm an alcoholic." And it doesn't matter if they've not been an alcoholic for the last 20 years, they keep that pen as a reminder so that they don't go back into the thing that they used to do, because inherently that's the thing that they still love. And so if somebody tells me that your past behavior is not an indication, nor should it be considered for who it is that you should.
It could be considered. I'm not saying you just completely just throw it out and not think about it, you know? That's what comes with the whole vetting and figuring people out. You know, you want to figure out if these things are like strongly still on this person, or have they truly moved on for the better. You know, I'm not saying you completely throw it off. Like, it's factored in, but it shouldn't be like the only thing that makes your decision. No, you should factor other things included in this decision making too.
Should be, or whether or not you should be considered for anything. And I don't care if it's for a job. Maybe we should allow for people that has done some of the most egregious things in society because they paid their debts to society. Maybe we should consider them for some of the same jobs as other people, or for some of the things that we know may be sensitive to other people, and we shouldn't take their past into consideration. We should just let them come in and do whatever it is that they want to do. Why do we have a sex offenders list if your past doesn't matter? Right? Why do we have resumes that give you an insight into whether or not a person was or is on a particular job, and then we vet through it, not just for the experience part, but to see if you job hop, to see if you was able to elevate. We go and we vet through to find out whether or not a person was good on the job or bad on the job, and call their previous managers. Why is that process necessary? Why? Because it gives you an indication of who the person is. And I'm not just going to take somebody else's word for it, because
Gives you an indication, but it's not like the complete whole picture. That's what I'm saying. I don't hate you. You could take this stuff into consideration, but your only experience, like, because even then we couldn't use the job again. We have one person with 3 years of experience as a sales rep, but they were a shitty salesperson. You got one person with, technically on paper they only have 1 year of experience, but they came in the game and they were dominant. Give me the person that had actually has results of being dominant over the person that, yeah, on paper they might have more experience, but they sucked at their job. They were bottom barrel every time they worked.
they say that I've changed. No, I'm not going for that. Behavior is an indication of whether or not you are or you aren't. It's as simple as that. The results matter. How you lived your life matter. Can't wake up tomorrow and then change how many D's have been inside of you. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description.
Yeah, but with that being said, y'all let me know y'all opinion on the comment section. I feel like this one might get a little rowdy in the comments, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. Y'all argue, y'all points in the comments, you know. I'll comment back, and we can have a discussion right there. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.